Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. Today it's an important day. Things are going outside. We're saying goodbye to those veg that we've been nurturing up until it's time to leave home stage, like our tray of lettuce. It's all going to go outside and enjoy the rest of its survival in the beds and fend for itself. Now let's look at what's ready to go out about this time of year. So we'll go through our seedlings, and if you're following along at home, then it's just an extension of what we're going to put out. So first of all, we've got our onions, and these are ready to go. So these are ready to go into the ground outside in the main beds. And I'm going to show you putting some of these out as well, so don't worry and hang on there. Our golden beetroot, now generally these like to be sown directly into the soil. We've got a head start on the season, so these will be going into beds as well, and we'll probably do a direct sowing. I mean, pretty much everything in here is ready to go, and these are our sugar snap peas, looking really good. These are ready for outdoors. Lettuce, and again I'll show you the bed of lettuce we've got going over in the front of the house. And this beautiful one, this is our spinach and our rhubarb chard. And if you just see the sort of sizes, you'll know when yours are ready to go as well. And a lot of this will be going to the allotment and into the beds at home. Our greyhound cabbage has absolutely shocked me. It's come on very, very well. So hopefully we will be eating cabbage this year. And of course we've got our broccoli and our curly kale. Now I've got dedicated beds for these, and we do something a little bit different. We protect these. So we'll take you over to the allotment and show you these going in to the protected beds. So just to let you know how I set this up, it's just a bit of shade netting and these metal poles. They're called pins, and I'll link them in the description. But these will sit nicely, flower pot on top, and the way I get this to sit in the ground, I just use an edging tool and I push the net into the soil. It couldn't be any easier, and again, like I said, keeps those slugs away and keeps everything growing perfectly. And just catching up on a few things, our tomatoes now are looking absolutely fantastic, and these will not be planted out until the middle of next month. So we're going to keep these ticking over very, very nicely, and as you can see, they're looking very good. They're almost at the stage where I need to put a support stick in there as well for them. There's plenty of soil in there at a minute, and these will just keep going on and on until they're ready to be planted out. But we're almost there. Another 3 or 4 weeks and these will be in the polytunnel. Our Asian greens, look at that, beautiful pak choi this time of year. I am trying to keep these more to the shady part, and even on a very hot day, as you can see, the temperatures in the daytime have been hitting 22 degrees. Now it's very, very hot, but we do get cold days as well. So with that chart, I do like to show you the minimum temperature and the maximum temperature of the week, so wherever you are in the world, you can see what I am now to the stage of growth and follow along, and that's why I've done it. So pak choi, really good, but it does like a colder temperature. if these get too hot, so if I left these in a greenhouse, if it's 22 degrees outside, these are just going to bolt. So move them outside if you can. Anything else? We've got our peppers and our aubergines looking very, very good up there. Our aubergines are fairly slow in the growth wise, but they're a warm loving plant and it's been cold, so these will come to life quite soon. And the chilies, this is the average size of a chilli we have, and as you know, we started these very, very early. It's either January or February and they're only at this stage. I don't go crazy on the artificial lights, we just keep it natural here. So that's the growth we've got. As the daylight hours extend, this is going to put on a lot of growth, and with this size tub we can leave it in there for quite a while. We could even sit it in the greenhouse on its own and it'll do well up until about this tall. So I'm happy with where they are. And of course, you watch some gardening channels and everyone's growing huge amounts, but we want to keep it real here. I'm only gardening for me, the missus, and you know, a couple of kids, so we're not feeding the 5,000. With that said, I do want to get sowing some things as well that need to be sown this type of year. So courgettes, if you haven't started them yet, kick them off now, and these will last all summer long and you harvest them all summer, which is good, and they're great at filling gaps. So if you've got a lot of bare earth in your allotment right now, put a few courgettes in, and you only need a few, and they'll fill up any gap. So that's what you want. And these ones are Denisa fruit round. So these are round courgettes. And I put the seed on its side, straight in, and cover it over. Put that on my watering pile. So that's the first one done. And of course we're running out of room, but most of this will be gone, don't worry. Next up we've got for this time of year is cucumbers. Now, if you haven't seen it already, we did a mini munch cucumber. It's a fantastic video. One we have in a very large container down at the bottom. And here's two that have germinated out of the 5. So we've got 3 out of the 5. So these are coming on really well, and we're just getting the true leaf appear on these now. So these will be the snack size cucumbers, and I want to do a large cucumber for the polytunnel. So I'm going to get this sown now, and I only want a few of them, so I'm going to sow 4. Hopefully I'll get 1 or 2 germinated. And this was a seed packet from Lidl, believe it or not. And they're smaller seeds, again on the side. And because we have quite a few of these, I've got loads of these seeds, I'm going to put 2 seeds per cell and just prick out the best seed of the 2. And again, So there go the cucumbers. Now next we're going all exotic here on Veggie Patch ideas. We're going watermelons and we're going just normal honeydew melon. So these are hit and miss. You need a hot space for these, and before I've never managed, well, the melons I did, but it was a fluke. I think it was a very hot year. Now we've got a greenhouse, things are changing and things will get very hot in here. And the melons love heat, so let's kick some melons off, some early melons. Now this one, Cucumis melon L. So again, I don't want many of these, I want one or two. But I'm going to sow 2 per cell, see what comes up, prick one out, exactly the same. Simply because the seeds don't last forever. There's loads of seeds in my packet, and if I get 2 years out of this seed packet, then I'm more than happy. And on the 3rd year, it's hit and miss if germination works. So that's the way I do it. So that's for melon, and then watermelon. We've got Sugar Baby, and this is a very large fruit. So we'll see what happens here. And again, 2 per cell. Pop that over there. And this is normal multi-purpose compost, by the way. And I'm sieving over the top, because as you'll know, with some multi-purpose compost there is a lot of wood chip in there. If we put it on a nice sieve surface, it just makes it better for germination. Right, rattling through. The next thing I'm sowing, and this is the last thing I'll be showing you sow, and then we're planting out, don't forget. This is given to me by a friend, and it's Bebe pumpkin, and it's a little round courgette, and it grows up a trellis and you harvest them, and they're very nice. They're used in Asian cooking quite a lot, and these are just like your squashes basically. Now I'm going to do 6 of these. They are very big seeds, so I don't know if you can get that. They are a very big seed, and these will romp away in this very large tray. I'll keep an eye on germination with these. If they don't succeed, I'll just sow some more. And that'll do us for the sowing. Other things I will be sowing are the Brussels sprouts. We'll be going outside and we'll be direct sowing a few things. Some more sugar snap peas. And we'll be doing, as always, a tray of salad greens. So that's our spring onions, our rocket, and our lettuce. Even though we have a lot of lettuce and spring onions already, by the time these get to little plug plants, it's going to be another month on, even longer. So we get these sown, and by that time we'll have already harvested most of our lettuce and our Asian, well, and our rockets and our salads. So that's what we're doing there. And if you want a bit of colour in your veggie garden, I also sow some sunflowers this time of year, some little dwarf sunflowers actually, and we have some dahlias already sown, which are looking pretty good, and these are coming on, and these will be going out as well. And so I've had time to get down to the allotment as well, and here it is in all its glory. Our onions are doing absolutely fantastic. They need a bit of weeding, but apart from that, they're right on course. They're swelling up beautifully. And I've got here, we're planting out our brassicas. So our curly kales in this one, our kale kimchi, which is a Chinese broccoli in that one, broccoli in here, and on the other side we're going to have some of the cabbage, and these are under netting, shade netting, so it doesn't bolt. That's one, and it just helps reduce the slug numbers preying on our tender brassicas. So these will go out. In the front bed we have lettuce and rhubarb chard. Moving down to here we have our potatoes, and I have put them fairly deep, gone in, and I'm gonna, as they grow up, earth them over again. And we're early, but we've got on our bean canes in the ground already. And the reason I do this is because we haven't even started sowing our runner beans yet, but get them in the ground now before it gets too hard. And it just makes a lovely structure that can sit there for a while. Like I said, we haven't even started sowing our beans, but at the side of it I've gone for golden beetroot, and I'll put another row of golden beetroot in there, and that'll mean this side of the plot will be all planted out and looking peachy. Now, if you're looking to fill gaps this time of year as well, as we plant out our lettuce and our rhubarb chard, you can interplant spring onions in here as well. They'll work fantastic together, and it'll give you that quick harvest of onions that we'll want in a few months' time. And here in the polytunnel, we've just finished off the lettuce, and I'll put a very quick crop of the Asian greens in here. This will shoot up and be harvested within around 4 weeks. So these will grow up very, very strong now. And then in 4 weeks' time, we'll transform this place into the tomato paradise, tomato and peppers, and some cucumbers in here. So we're ready for a quick harvest of our Asian greens.